The topic is, of course, healing, love, and domination spells. So a lot of people are so very gung-ho on trying to make somebody love them. You know, my thing is, and here's a question to anybody that wants to, you got to post more than an hour in advance. No, ma'am. I posted Monday that I was going into Google Meet on Tuesday. So people had more than 24 hours in order to get into that Google Meet. It was more than 24 hours in order to get there. But now I'm not going to pay attention to y'all comments so I can actually get through this video. Because like I said, it's supposed to be uploaded to YouTube. And I don't feel like editing the video. So anyway, let's jump into the topic. Okay, so I always tell people that come to me is whenever you are wanting to do any type of love spell or any type of domination, I want you to ask yourself, why is it that you want somebody to feel something for you that they don't already feel? Why is it that you want to force someone to feel for you a manner of which they do not feel? And that is no shade. That is not me attempting to talk bad about anybody. That's not me attempting to, come down on anybody. But it is a very serious question. If you are dealing with a person and they're not showing you what it is that you know you deserve or showing you what it is that you know that you feel, number one, have you all sat down and really had a two-way conversation? And when I say a two-way conversation, I mean literally allowing them to speak, not interrupting them, letting them get out anything it is that they need to say or what it is that they like or what it is that they desire, you writing down anything that you want to respond to. And then when it's your turn, look at the list of things that you have wrote down. And if it was not answered within them continuing to talk, then you touch on those points. So that is number one, having a two-way conversation with your partner or with the individual that you have extremely strong feelings for. Okay. Number two, do you even know what their definition of love is? Have you guys talked about that? Do you even know what their perception of love is? Because keep in mind, some people will love you the best way that they know how. It's not that they don't love you. They don't love you the way you're used to being loved, or they don't love you, based off of your perception of love. So you have to actually get that information first before you're just like, oh, this is what I want to do. So not only does that person even have the proper, perception of love, when it comes to you, how do they really truly feel about you? Nobody wants to sit down and have these conversations. The first thing that they want to do when they jump into consultations, and I can only speak for myself, I can't speak for any other spiritualist, I can only speak for myself. I am a worker. I am a worker of the people. I am a worker of the universe. I am the worker of spirit. I am the worker of my ancestors. And I'd be good goddamn if I'm about to bug them because you haven't sat down and had a conversation with your partner about what it is that you desire in your relationship. Your first thought is to let me dominate them. Let me make them love me. Let me make them be faithful to me. That is where your healing comes in at. Because a lot of times, and this is through my experience, a lot of times when I have men and women, so let's be very clear, it is not only women that do this. I know I've spoke on this before, but let me be real clear with y'all. It is men as well that be on these domination and these love spells. Okay? So this is not talking about just one gender. And it doesn't matter if it is male, female, 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 or male, male. I've had it all. Just so y'all know, I am not speaking to one particular, I don't even want to say that word because I don't want my video cut off. I'm not even talking about one particular gender. There we go. Not talking about one gender. I'm talking about all of them. So, having this very clear conversation, very clear conversation to understand what it is that this person understands. Everybody's perception of life is different. Everybody's definition and perception of love is different. People tend to realize or don't realize that the term perfect or the term normal are abstract concepts. They're abstract words. Perfect is what you make it. Perfect is what you perceive it to be. Normal is what you make it. Normal is what you perceive it to be. I can sit here. I'm going to just show y'all this just for example. I can sit here and make these labels, right? And y'all could be like, man, them labels are so perfect. Those are beautiful. And I'll be like, it's missing something. Something is missing. It ain't doing it for me, but it did it for you. So even though I am the creator of this logo, of this label, you can think it's absolutely perfect. You can think it's absolutely beautiful. But I can be like, it's missing something. That is where perception comes in it. And that's what people fail to realize. And this is why, again, going back to healing is so important. Uncovering why you are the way you are. A lot of people hate the fact that not only did I comment on, not only did I make a video about, I also shared a video about with Jeremy Flowers Jr., basically saying that compatibility is in seasons. When I tell you people hated that shit, I mean they goddamn hated it. It was men and it was women. This is why people are single. This is the reason why don't nobody want to stay in a relationship. This is the reason why. No. So what you're telling me is, because I'm not going to tolerate your shit, because I'm not going to tolerate you not treating me how I know I deserve, because I'm not going to tolerate you treating me as less than, I'm not going to tolerate you tippy-toeing around me or you trying to gaslight or bullshit or manipulate me, is the reason why nobody's in a stable relationship? No, that is the reason why I have self-love and boundaries. People, everybody think being single is the end of the world. Why? Because society has told you that. They actually did a quote-unquote study saying that people who are single are more likely to die than people that suffer from obesity, because obesity people, they get their endorphins met because they eat and it makes them happy. Excuse me. Because it makes them happy. So what you're telling me is, anybody in this world, if they're single, then they're more likely to die than somebody who is obese. Or morbidly obese is what I believe the article said. What? It's just like, okay, come on, society. It is time for us, everybody, to start looking through more than just these two eyes. See past. Be able to see with your eyes closed. And the girls and guys that get it. And the ones that don't. See more with your eyes closed than you do with your eyes open. Look past the fleshy meat sack. Look past this and see more. Because if you're not looking past somebody's fleshy meat sack, the only thing that you're seeing is a person in a meat suit that looks nice to you or that you feel complete to you. But when you think about it, going into and entering into a relationship, you should already be complete. You got everything already. Nobody should be able to make or break your happiness. You have to create your happiness. If you can't create your happy, then that means you put your happy in the hands of somebody else. And that's not fair. That's not fair to you. And that's damn sure not fair to them. If you are in a relationship with somebody and you are not happy, you have to reevaluate yourself. Stop trying to reevaluate the relationship and reevaluate you. What is going on with you that you are not happy? What is going on with you that you are not being fulfilled, whether it's your relationship, your job, your home life, your friendships? What is going on? What is the underlying issue? Once you figure out that underlying issue, then you come up with a solution. Because anybody that comes to me, if you have ever had a reading with me, you already know I'm going to tell you what your issue is, and I'm going to give you solutions. We're not going to just dwell on no problems. We are going to solve the issue. We are going to get to the root of the problem, and then I'm going to pluck that root up so that you can grow and be as beautiful as these goddamn flowers in front of my house. Anybody that has had a reading with me, you know this. I love hard. I give you tough love. But at the end of the day, if it makes you cry now, it's going to make you smile later. Cry now and smile later. The thing that I've been telling you for years, pain is temporary, but peace is forever. And if somebody that you are with is disturbing that peace, you have to reevaluate you. Why are you allowing that to happen? Why is it that you are accepting less than? Why is it that you are allowing all of these situations to come down on you? Why are you allowing this person to gaslight and manipulate you? Why are you allowing this relationship to continue to go on when clearly it is not working? I just want them to love me. I just want them to love me. But if they don't feel this feeling for you, love and domination is not going to work. The only thing that I always would imply and say, hey, we can do some love influence work. Love influence does nothing but spark the feelings they already have. And it brings it to the forefront of their mind. Like, oh shit, you know, I actually do love this person today. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've had people that was like, I don't know what you put in that ritual, but all of a sudden, my boyfriend done bought me candy and flowers and stuff to my job. He ain't never did that. My wife done did XYZ that I can't talk about on Instagram without me asking, without me having to solicit this. I don't know what you did, but keep on doing it. Love influence is so much better than love spells and domination work, because it sparks up and kicks up the emotions that they already have. So when you start getting little gifts, when you start getting these little things and these compliments, you know, from this person or people who have not been doing this before, or they very seldomly did it, that is your key to saying, bam, that's the goal right there. That is what works for me. That was definitely my next topic, Tor. Basically, keep in mind too, if you put domination on somebody and it is not how they feel about you, let's be honest, and all of a sudden they start feeling these feelings that they've never had, or these feelings that they've tried to avoid for so long, and it automatically hits them like a ton of bricks, they will become aggressive. They will either run like the other way completely, they will become aggressive, they will run, or they can also become abusive. But that last and other thing that they'll do is become obsessive. And when I say obsessive, people are like, oh, I want them all in my skin. You have to understand, if you want somebody all up your butt and in your skin all day, every day, why do you have codependency and abandonment issues? Because that's exactly what the hell that is, and that is weird as fuck. As a mortal human being, we all need a decompression space. We all need that. It is imperative. Because when you wrap yourself up in someone else's happy, when you wrap yourself up in someone else's life, if they so choose to leave you, or if they pass away, what are you left with? Nothing. You are left with nothing. So many times, couples, and again, I'm talking about both genders, because it's not only women that get these consultations to come and do this love work. I am specifically speaking on both genders. When you wrap yourself up in somebody so much, you lose sense of who you are. Why do so many people become broken? Why do so many people, have a hard time finding somebody to quote unquote replace this other person? You're not supposed to be replacing anybody. Energy never dies. If your time period with that individual is over, then your time period is over. We all grow, and understand what I'm saying. We all grow through different seasons. I said it once and I'll say it again. Whenever you are dealing with somebody, you need to see them in all their seasons. See them when they're up, see them when they're down, see them when they're happy, see them when they're sad, see them when they're rich, see them when they're poor, see them when they're grieving. You need to understand their seasons. And then you need to be on the aspect of, do you need my help or do you need my support? Especially women. That is definitely a message for women. We are so bred to nurture. When we are dealing with our counterpart, especially if you are dealing with a male, our first thing is, let me help my man. Let me go help my boo. Let me go help. Let me go help. Let me go help. And in his mind, he'd be like, why can't I just do this on my own? Why can't you just let me figure this out? You always just giving me this. You always just doing that. But of course, not going to tell you that because he ain't trying to make you feel like shit. As a woman, you have to understand your position of support behind your man. And notice, yes, I did not say alongside, behind. Because whatever project he needs to do, he has to be the leader of that project. And your job is to support, push, support, and push. That is your job. Now, if he says, baby, I need your help, then you help. Okay? I'm just saying, we can become so very forceful that we force our own will upon the people that we are with, and we have no idea that we're doing it. And then if me and that person, or if you and that person are no longer together, they be like, man, they was controlling, they was bossy, I could never do X, Y, Z, and blah, blah, blah. But in your mind, you was always like, no, I had your back, I did this, I did that, I did this. But that was the problem. You did it. They didn't. I don't have one. You did it. They didn't do it. They didn't get a chance to do it. You want to know why? Because you jumped to help. Instead of saying, well, baby, I understand that that's the issue that you got right now. I get that your boss is getting on your nerves right now. So what do you need from me? Do you need my help or do you need my support? Because I can tell you, I will go after a corporate company real quick. Real damn quick. My ex-husband had an issue with his job, baby. Listen, I was on the phone with the EEOC, with OSHA, and everybody goddamn. I wrote every single letter. I sent them letters off. I did everything. But I was helping instead of supporting. Exactly. That is exactly why you have to have those communications. Have that open communication of how you want to be loved. What makes the most sense to you? What makes the most sense to your partner? Because it ain't only about you. Because it's not only about you. It is about both of y'all. And this is the reason why there are so many issues in relationships now. And the first thing somebody want to run and do, let me get a love spell. Let me dominate them because they going to do what I want them to do. That means you got issues. And I'm not trying to call nobody out, but if I'm calling you out, then baby, it is what it is. Okay? If you feel attacked, then baby, get this attack. Roar. You have to figure out what it is with you. What underlying problem or issue are you experiencing? What layer and level of trauma is coming out to the point where you cannot allow a person to be an individual? What layer of trauma are you projecting that you cannot allow a person to make their own informed decisions of how they feel about you? Now, let's be honest. Yeah, you can do domination work. Cool. But what people forget is that domination, you have to do it over and over and over and over and over because everybody's soul has free will. Can they reject the work? Yes. Can their ancestors reject the work? Yes. But at the same token, also keep in mind, they can become aggressive. They can become obsessive. They can become dangerous. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that whatsoever, y'all. This is where you peel back the layers of your life and you're like, okay, why do I have an issue with walking away from somebody? A lot of people will say, well, it's because of the time that I've put in. It's because of the amount of money that I've spent. You know, I don't want to walk away from all the time I've gained. And, you know, I don't want somebody to just swoop on in and gain everything that I have already built with that person. I get that. That's valid. That's fair. But at the same token, that means, and it tells me that you don't even understand that you control your concept of time. Not only do you control your concept of time, again, that just means that your season is over. If you are constantly having to dumb yourself to deal with a person, if you are constantly having to tippy-toe around this person because you don't want to make them upset or you want to be non-confrontational because you know that they're going to walk away, that is an issue of abandonment and codependency. Hey, Joanna, that is an issue of abandonment and codependency. So then you got to peel back your layers. Why is it that I'm afraid of somebody walking away from me? What has happened throughout my lifetime where I have a fear of somebody walking away? What has happened in my lifetime that I have a fear of walking away from somebody, even though they've treated me like shit, even though they've shown me they're not shit, even though we've been around this same song and dance over and over and over again, even though I've forgiven this person over and over and over again, why can't I walk away? It is because people in your life have not been there for you. People in your life have walked away from you. People in your life have ghosted and disappeared on you, and you never want another soul to feel how you did. And baby, that is a codependency issue. That is something that has to be healed within you. You cannot place your fears. You cannot project your emotions and your fears and your childhood and your trauma onto somebody else. That is something that you have to fix. You have to. I'm going to play a snippet of my podcast. I did a podcast that is for compatibility versus suitability. And I did a small clip. I'm going to go ahead and play it because I want you guys to hear it. And of course, if you do want to go listen to the podcast, click the link in my bio. It is there. So here it is. I'm going to let y'all hear this. Let me stop the music. Ooh, there's some rainforest music too. I'm going to go ahead and play this so that you guys can hear it. And of course, if you want to go listen to the podcast, it is 100% free, of course. I drop a lot of gems in my podcast as well. So let me play this right quick. It's like, you know what? I know you're probably going to go through these different moods. You know what? I know you're probably going to go through this, and this. You're going to go through a period where you don't feel handsome or you don't feel beautiful. You're going to go through a period where you're just mad at the goddamn world. You're going to go through a period where you're just happy and la-la-lipsy with everything. You're going to go through a period where you hit a little bit of hard times because you have not been a great steward over your finances when you were younger. So therefore, those things are coming to bite you in the ass. I'm going to be there for you in that particular time frame. However, now that you have grown and now that you have that knowledge to be a positive and a beautiful steward over your finances, now I can see where you're going to go when you're up. I want to see you when you're happy. I want to see you when you're grieving. I want to see you when people have got you all kind of fucked up. I want to see you if you have a family member or somebody close to you that passes away and you lose that particular connection, how you handle it or what you need from me. That is suitability. Compatibility is what it is. We got similar shit, whether it's dysfunction, dislike, or likes. And a lot of people will say, well, a similar dysfunction is considered trauma bonding. That is correct. Because you are bonding over the same thing that has you heartbroken. But just like Jeremy said, just like I said 6 years ago, what happens when one of you heal? What happens when you are no longer bound by the stress and the trauma and the hurt that plagued you to feel that way? Now you and that person no longer have that thing in common. They're still operating from a hurt place. You're operating from a healed place. So how that work? If they're still committed to wallowing in their pain and you are enjoying your peace, those don't coincide together. Those don't even coexist together. Pain is temporary. Peace is forever. But so many people want to operate in pain, and I just don't understand that. You cannot continue to walk through the revolving doors of trauma expecting not to find your pain. And a lot of people will say, well, a similar dysfunction. That's on a podcast if you want to hear the whole thing. But, as you heard me say it again, you cannot continue to walk through the revolving doors of your trauma expecting not to find pain. If you are with the person, they have continuously hurt you over and over and over again, what society would say cheating on you. Come on now. Let me say something that people don't like when I say it. And they don't like when I say it, but I don't care because I'm going to say it anyway. You cannot be cheated on. I'm going to say it again. You cannot be cheated on. You are not a test. You are not a game. You can only cheat on an inanimate object. You cannot cheat on a person. If you want to take it there, then it would be considered infidelity. But you cannot be cheated on. And then even in still, when you think about it, if you vibrate so high in a place of peace, where if somebody makes a choice for their life, because that's what it is, them stepping out, them talking to somebody else, them, getting whatever, all that, adult stuff, because I don't want to be banned, giving and getting all that adult stuff. If they are doing those things, it was a choice that they made. But when you vibrate on an energy that is so fucking high, and it's like, okay, you know what? That was the choice that you made for you. That is what made you happy at that time. I'm out. And people don't look at it that simple. It's easier said than done. Trust me, I understand. I get it. But it's literally all about your vibration. If you vibrate on a place of peace that is so goddamn ridiculously high. When I say so goddamn ridiculously high, the only thing that I can tell you is that, that was the choice that you made. That was something that you wanted to do, regardless of how it alters me, regardless of how it, comes into forefront and hits me in the face. That is just not something that I'm willing to tolerate and or deal with. So therefore, you've made your choice. So let me make mine. Because the crazy part about it is women are expected to forgive and forget and just accept a man doing what he wants to do. Oh, but tell me, the moment that a woman does it, baby, it's done. It's finito. Men don't heal from that shit. Men don't heal from that shit. That is a major blow. When you allow somebody else's keys into the lock of your house, baby, when I tell you them men be ready to throw them fucking keys on the freeway, they be ready to throw them keys on the freeway. What happens when you start trying to heal and the others say that they want to heal, but do what they want to, but they keep talking about healing and keep allowing the bull? That, my baby, is what is called gaslighting. That, my baby, is what is called non-accountability for your bullshit. And that, my love, is called get the fuck on, because I'm not about to babysit you or your ego or your emotions. I'm not going to do that. Not going to do it. We have to get so comfortable with loving ourselves. We have to get so comfortable with pouring the love that we trying to give everybody. And, I got so much love to give. But how much of it have you given to yourself? You got so much love to give, but how much of it have you provided and poured into you? Please tell me. Please tell me, how much of that love have you given to you? Because you're so busy trying to pass out pieces of you, pass out these portions of you, pour yourself into other cups. Who's filling you up, babe? Tell me. So I'm trying to get it. Who's loving you the way you loving them? And I want y'all to just answer that. Hey, the Sparkle Chronicles. I really want y'all to just answer that question. And if you can't, then it is time for you to reevaluate who you are. It is time for you to reevaluate your inner self. It is time for you to really sit and get with your higher self to understand your inner self. Because y'all know I say it all the time, and I got this from an Asian guy. I do not remember his name, but I always tell y'all I got it from an Asian guy, so y'all can look it up on Google. But he who controls his emotions control his reality. I'm going to say it again. He who controls his emotions controls his reality. You want to control your reality? Control your emotions. You want to control the situations and the things that go on around you? Control your emotions. You want to control how your enemy perceives you? Control your emotions. But I see Instagram ain't liking this message because there it go pausing again. But that's all right, because we are going to continue, because I'm going to download this and upload it to YouTube. So I really want you to actually think about that. Because if your enemy doesn't know that they are getting under your skin, or they don't know that they're making you upset, it confuses them. If people don't know that they're getting up under your skin or making you upset, it confuses them. I done did this to this person, and they're not even mad. They ain't even pissed off. Even if you cry in private, that's your business. And they get up getting angry. They end up getting mad because it ain't working. So at that point, then where do you go? Where do they go? Eventually they give up. When they see that they have thrown everything, including the kitchen sink, at you, and you still in there cooking, it ain't shit else for them to do. So when you are dealing with your partner, make sure that you guys are sitting down and that you are having very clear conversations. Make sure that you guys are not in a situation of trauma bonding. That old saying, misery love company, because it does. People hate when I say it, but I'm going to keep on saying it. Depression is a parasite. It is a parasite that plagues and attacks you. If you call somebody and they venting, this, blah, 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 they emotionally dumping on you. All of a sudden, they done got it out. They good. Now you feel like shit. I tell people all the time, if I can't Chick-fil-A and chat, don't call me. Don't call me. Because I'm not going to listen to it. But another thing for me, anybody that knows me knows, don't come to me with a problem if you don't have a solution. We can discuss what the issue is, not a problem. But at the same token, if you don't have a solution, we're going to come up with one. We're not going to sit up here and wallow in the mess. We're not going to wallow in the madness. We're not going to do that. Exactly. There's a very old saying that you will continue to forgive a person. I know they say it for men, but it's true. It's on both ends. The more you forgive a person, the more they'll end up loving you. But the more you forgive that person, the more you'll end up hating them. And it's interesting too. And people tell me that I'm crazy. I'm going to spend the rest of my life alone. XYZ. Not even know that I create very lucrative relationships. Like, let's be honest here. Having me is a fucking flex. And I'm going to say that very clearly. It has nothing to do with what I bring to the table. Not at all. Because, baby, you have to tell me what you bring to my table. I built my motherfucking house. And everything in it. So I will say again, honey, having me is a flex. Whether that be by way of friendship, by way of relationship, by way of motherfucking family, having me is a fucking flex. That is something you can brag about. And I said that with the utmost Capricorn and Leo moon. Having me is a flex. Period. However, being able, I done kicked my thing over. Being able to come the way you come, I absolutely love that energy. But that's the energy that you gotta have. That is the energy that you have to have, because if you are not hyping yourself up, if you know what I'm saying? Like, how anybody else supposed to understand that energy? People will call me mean. My guy brother, he basically tells me I'm the cutoff queen. I don't feel that I'm the cutoff queen, but I mean, if I gotta cut you off, then I'm gonna cut you off. And everybody that I met through you. Even your dog. Don't let your dog run up to me at the park. I'm acting like I don't know that little motherfucker. when I'm done, oh baby, I'm done. I'm done. Because I used to give chance after chance after chance after chance. Because I am very docile in nature. Very docile in nature. But if you take me there, it is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That I will tell you. Literally, it is day and night. It's two different people. Sparking rage in me. Let me tell you something. I'm petty. I used to denounce that like, oh no, I'm not petty. That's weird. That's just mean for somebody to say. No, fuck that shit. I'm petty and I'm with the shit. Because if you spark that rage in me, because I'm already just docile in nature and I don't fucking bother nobody, the moment you come and bother me, the moment you come and attempt to interrupt my peace, I'm not going to say shit. I'm going to just fuck you up. Period. But here's the thing. Because the moment once I'm placed there, when that door is open, when that door is unlocked, there's nobody that can tell me when to stop. I'm an earth sign with a fire moon. My mission for the rest of your life, because trust me, I'm going to fucking outlive you, as miserable as I make you. My mission for the rest of your life will be to ruin that shit. Every fucking time you think that you are happy, you are going to feel sad. Every fucking time you think that you have won, you will realize that you have lost 10 races. Period. It is what it is. That's why I don't bother nobody. That's why I don't bother nobody. Because I don't want to be bothered. But the moment that you bother me, the moment that I'm just like, okay, enough is enough. All right, here we go. Then honey, understand, there is nobody that will tell me, you know what, they've been through enough, go on and leave them alone. My grandmother can materialize in my face one of the women that I valued the most in my lifetime. My grandmother can come and materialize in front of my face, cook me a full course fucking dinner, sit me there, lay me in her lap like she used to do when I was a little kid and give me a peppermint and tell me to stop. And I'm gonna be like, Nana, no. I don't start shit, but I'm gonna finish it. That's one thing I tell my children. Don't start nothing. Because therefore, when you have to retaliate, you are justified in your retaliation. Everybody tries to go off of this law. Oh, karma will do it. Karma will get them back. They're building bad karma. Bitch, you are karma. Stop letting these people play on you thinking that it's just going to be okay. Because if you're not telling the universe, telling your guides, telling your people that this shit is not okay, you're going to continue to remanifest it into your life. That is a lesson for some people. When you continue to meet the same soul in a different body, you didn't learn your lesson. When you continue to try and have somebody, when you continue to try to dominate somebody, when you continue to try to make somebody feel something for you that they don't already feel, you're going to continue to get the same fucking energy, the same fucking soul in a different body. Why do you even want that? That's why healing and peeling back the layers of yourself is so essential. Universal karma be taking too long for me because the shit is not factual. Hey, Sissy Pooh. Another thing that we forget too, you got to realize that there are people who are here on this floating fucking rock that came here to create chaos. That's what they came here for. What's to fucking create chaos? And sometimes you got to balance them out. You have to tip the scales. There is something that is called balance. Hello, push, pull, yin, yang. There's something that is called balance. This is why it exists. Why you got a left hand and a right hand. This is why it exists. Yes, that is my little sister, y'all, Crown Queen. If you in the LA area, go book her because she be slaying hair. I'm trying to get her to give me a lace front, but she be tripping. She don't want to give me no lace front, but it's all right. It's cool.